I'm Christine Topham. I'm 64 years old, and I live in Cartersville, Georgia. Well, I found out about Biote through a fellow realtor. We were at a luncheon, and I started noticing how wonderful she looked. She'd lost some weight recently and was full of energy, so I asked her what was her secret, and she said that it was the Biote hormones and led me in the direction of the nearest clinic. Well, when I think about prior to taking Biote, I remember just being so tired all the time, also anxious, and I suffered from a little bit of depression, and I had no libido whatsoever. It was a drag because the hot flashes were keeping me up at night, and it was just kind of difficult to get through the entire day. Well, Biote hormones have increased my energy tremendously. I also feel better as far as physically. I have a very strong sex drive now. My clarity in my mind is much better. I don't need as much sleep. I just feel like I'm in my 40s again. Do I think a lot of women suffer this way or feel this way? Absolutely. I talk to women all the time about how it's changed my life and how good I feel. And a lot of these women aren't even aware that there's a product out there like that can change their lives too. I tell everyone that I know, I share that information. I literally would like to stand on top of a mountaintop and just scream out, you don't have to suffer anymore. You can have a great life. You can feel better again. You can have a great life with your husband or whoever you're with, both on the intimate level, but also on the energy level. So at 33, I had my second child, and during childbirth, I had a complication called a placenta accreta, and went into DIC, which meant basically that my blood would not clot. As a result of that, I had an emergency hysterectomy. I was left with my tubes and my ovaries. However, I never ever felt right after that. I remember telling the doctor I felt like my clock was broken. You know, prior to having the hysterectomy, of course, you have your cycle. And I knew by the days of the month and everything, and by how I felt physically and emotionally when I was ovulating, you know, when I was getting ready for my periods. And I just felt broken, like I couldn't understand. My emotions were not tied with anything like they were before. I just remember feeling very empty and like there was nothing I could count on as far as my emotional health. I wasn't having any fun. That was very much part of the problem too. So since then, I feel like I'm in my 20s and 30s again. I have a healthy, intimate life with my husband, who's 68, and I'm 64, and it's just changed my life. It's really simple. Basically, you go to your doctor and they test your hormones to see what you're in need of. Once they determine that, then they go ahead and simply do an insertion. I always tell people that it's not even as big as a rice, a half a grain of rice, and they insert that in your buttocks. And you have a little steri strip on there, and you go on with your day. It doesn't hurt. It's great. And within about 3 or 4 days to a week, you'll start feeling the effects, and your energy level will increase, and all those other symptoms will eventually go away.